What can we combine? The 3's, okay? So this really has a 1, 1, 1. Okay, so we got 2 square root 3 plus a square root of 6. Okay, can we combine that any further? Okay, cool. No, we cannot. Okay, look at 4. Okay, 4. What can we combine? Nothing right now, okay? So we need to simplify these. So what are some factors of 12? 2 and 6, 2 and 3. Okay, so we're going to get negative 3 square root 2 plus 3. What is the square root of 12 going to become? Who can go? A group of 2's. Who cannot go? The 3. Okay, and then what about this 18? What's some factors of 18? 2 and 9, 3 and 3. Okay, so we got minus 3. Who can go? The group of 3's. Who cannot go? The 2. Okay, and then your next step is obviously going to be to go through and multiply all these. So we're going to get negative 3 square root 2 plus, what is 3 times 2? 6 square root 3. And then negative 3 times 3. It's going to be negative 9 square root 2. Okay, so of those groups, what can we combine? Who can go? Yeah, that negative 9 and that negative 3 to make us what? What's negative 9 minus 3? Negative 12 square root 2 plus 6 square root 3. Okay, number 6. Okay, multiplication. What's the rule with multiplication? Okay, so they have to have the same index, and if they do, then we can multiply the, and this is where I'm going to deviate a little bit from what we did yesterday, okay? Because when you start doing parentheses, the rules don't change. They're actually the same as these ones. However, we just kind of mentally skip. So I can really put a 1 in front of these. And the rule with multiplication is if I have the same index, okay, I multiply the outsides together and then the insides together. Okay, so what is 1 times 1? 1. And then 6 times 10? 60. Okay, and that's how you're going to do the parentheses ones, okay? But we know, just in our head, we can just do the 60. Okay, what are some factors of the 60? 2 and 30. Okay, 30. 2 and 15. 15. 3 and 5. Okay, so of the 60, who can go? A group of 2's. Okay, and we still have this 1 right here. Okay, so we got 1. The 2's can go. And then the 3 and the 5 got to go back on the inside. What do you do with all those pieces? Multiply them. So 1 times 2 is going to be 2 square root of 15. Okay, so the 1 does not change anything. If you took that 1 away, you're still going to get a 2 on the outside. However, it does kind of help you when you go to do the ones with parentheses. Okay, you're going to multiply the insides, multiply the outsides. Okay. Can I scroll? Okay, now we're gonna do 7. Okay, so make sure you're on this side. Okay, and same thing, you're gonna multiply the outsides. Is there stuff on the outsides? No, not really, so you don't really need to do that. Okay, and then multiply the insides. So 6 times 8, 48. Then what are some factors of 48? 2 and 24, 24. 2 and 12, 12. 2 and 6, 2 and 3. Okay, so of those things, who can go? 2 groups of 2s. Okay, so we're going to get 2, 2, square root 3. Okay, what's that going to become on the outside? 4 square root 3. Okay, so that's all stuff that we've already done. 1 through 8 is just simply review. Okay, and we did do one like 9 and on yesterday, but not much, okay? So, for the very first one, okay, I want you to rewrite it, okay? And we're going to rewrite it like this. We're going to say 1 square root 5. Okay, I'm adding a 1 here, here, and I'm adding a square root here, essentially, okay? 1 square root 10 plus 2 square root. And if there's a nothing underneath the square root, really, what is it? If there's nothing underneath the square root, what is it?
There's no.
It's a 1. I know, and that's why it's so crazy, right? So we have imaginary 1s out here, and imaginary 2s, and imaginary 1s. A basic square root like this really looks like this. 1, 2, 1. Okay? So there's really a 1 right here. And the reason I put these on this one in particular is just so you guys can see what's happening here. Okay, so we need to take this entire first piece, this 1 square root of 5, and multiply it by this one. Okay, and we're going to multiply the outsides together, so 1 times 1, 1. And then you're going to multiply the insides together, so 5 times 10. It's going to be 50 plus, okay, same thing here. You're going to multiply the outsides together, 1 times 2, 2, and multiply the insides together, so 5 times 1, 5. Okay, and this is definitely the slower way on the next one. There's definitely a much easier way to do these, okay? So then we need to go through and simplify. So 50 can be simplified to what? What are some factors of 50? 2 and 25, 5 and 5. Okay, what about this 5? Can he be simplified? No. Okay, so this first one, we got this 1 right here. And then for the 50, who can go? A group of 5s. And then there's a 2 that cannot go. And then on this one, I got 2 square root of 5. Okay, what are you going to do with that 1 and 5? Multiply it. So what is 1 times 5? Okay, so we're going to get 5 square root 2 plus 2 square root 5. Okay, now for the most part, this is where you're going to end. However, if you have 2 and they both look like, I'm going to change this inside one and then outside, if they look like this, 5 square root 2 plus, I don't know, 3 square root 2. We can combine those with our addition rules, okay? Because this is a 2 and this is a 2. However, because this is a 5 and this is a 2, we cannot put those together, okay? So always check and see if that can be taken down any further, okay? So that is definitely the slower way, okay? But if we look here, okay, when I took this 5 times this 10, I ended up with 50. The 1 is irrelevant. Okay, when I took this 5 times this 2, all I did was place the 2 on the outside of that 5. Okay, because there's a difference between inside pieces and outside pieces. Okay, so if we look at 11, Is this an inside piece or an outside piece? Inside. Okay, is this an inside piece or an outside piece? Outside. What about this one? Inside. Okay, the outsides go with the outsides, the insides go with the insides. So, square root of 15 times 2 is just going to become 2 square root of 15. There's nothing on the outside and there's something on the inside. Okay, for the other one, we got an inside and an inside, so we need to multiply them. So what is 15 times 5? $75. Okay, 15. Can we simplify that? What are some factors of 15? 3 and 5. So who's going to be able to go? Nobody. So 15 is already simplified. Okay, the 75. What are some factors of 75? 3 and 25. And then we got 5 and 5. Okay, so you're going to have 2 square root of 15 plus, who can go with that 75? The group of 5s. Who cannot go? The 3. Okay, can we combine those two? No, why not? Okay, one has a 3 on the inside and one has a 15. They either both need to have a 15 or they both need to have a 3. So this is our answer. We cannot combine it any further. Okay, most of these should go pretty fast once you get the hang of it. Obviously, the first one we did definitely the long way. Okay, look at 13. The first piece of this, square root of 15 times 3 is going to become what? 3 square root of 15. Okay, we just put it on the outside. Plus, the second piece is square root of 15 times square root of 10. What is that going to become? Square root of 150. Okay, we know from the last problem, can the square root of 15 be simplified? No, it cannot. Okay, what about the 150? Yes, what are some factors of 150? 3 and what? 3 and 50? Okay. 2 and 25? 5 and 5. Okay, even if you picked maybe 2 and 75, your tree is still going to trickle out the same. Okay, you end up going to get 75, 3 and 25, 5 and 5. Okay, you're still going to get a 2, a 3, and 2 5s down there. Okay, so it's going to be 3 square root of 15 plus, okay, who can go? 5. And some of you guys, we've been doing this long enough that you should be able to do some of this in your head. So we got 5 square root. Who cannot go? The 2 and the 3. And what do you do with those? You put them inside and then what? Multiply them. So what is 2 times 3? 6. So save yourself some steps. Don't write the 2 and the 3 and then have to write the whole line all over again and then multiply. You could even put the 2 and the 3 and then erase it and put the 6 if you really need to, okay? But start saving yourself some steps, okay? Okay, 15. What is this first piece going to become? 2 square root of 5. What is the second piece going to become? Square root of 25. Okay, now I want to talk to you guys. Some of you guys need to do the tree. If you don't know your square roots, you're going to have to do the tree. However, I'm going to start tailoring a little bit more to those of you guys that do know how to do the square roots. What is a square root of 25? 5. Okay, so if you don't know, then do the tree just like I've been teaching you for days. So you got 2 square root of 5 plus this thing is going to become 5. Not a square root of 5, 5. Okay? And then can we combine these two? No. Okay, so they would both have to have a square root of 5. This really has a square root of 1, okay? Or it has nothing, okay? So that's the difference. This is going to be our answer, okay? Okay, 17. What is that first piece going to be? 2 square root of 15 plus the second piece, 150. Okay, now, be smart. You've been doing square roots long enough. Did we already simplify 150? Look through your paper. What did it become? 5 square root of 6. Does it make sense to do the tree all the way over again? No, it does not, okay? So, if you've already done it, okay, the only time you gotta be careful is if it said like 2 square root of 150, because then we scaled this with a 2, okay? If this was like a 10, then you just have to know that, okay? But don't go through and do all the math all over again if you don't need to, okay? Can I scroll? Okay, 19. What's the first one gonna become? 5 square root of 3. I know what you meant, but plus what? Square root of 9. So 3 times 3 is gonna be 9. Okay, and again, think to yourself, what is a square root of 9? It is just 3. So you're gonna have 5 square root of 3 plus 3. Now, again, if you don't know that, do the 9 like this. 9, you're going to get 3 and 3. Who can go? Well, these guys can go, and there's no one left on the inside, which is just 3. Okay? If you don't know your square roots, that's fine. Do the tree. Okay? Do you have to do the tree? Absolutely not. Should you know a square root of 9? Yes. Okay? But I'm not hating. If you don't know it, you don't know it, and that's okay. Go with the tree method. That's why I taught you that. Okay? 20. What's the first piece going to become? Square root of what? What's 6 times 6? 36. What's the second piece going to become? 5 square root of 6. Okay, it's just the same as the other ones. All I did was flip flop the order. Okay. What is the square root of 36? It's just 6. So we got 6 plus 5 square root of 6. Okay, and again, if you don't know what a square root of 36 is, do the tree. Do the 2 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 3. Circle them. Who can go? Okay, and that's okay. But the faster you know your square roots, this saves you a lot of work, does it not? Like, you don't have to do the tree. It saves you a lot of work if you know your perfect square roots. Okay, last one, 23. What is the first piece going to become? Square root of 10 plus 5 square root 2. Okay, the 10. What are some factors of 10? 2 and 5. So who can go? Nobody. So does 10 simplify? No, this is your answer, okay? You can't go any further than this.